alignment is not that ideal. Whoa. I think the dash cam just mentioned that there is impact detected. Apollo GTI. I would say this is probably one of my all-time favorite hot hatches, and this one has a couple of more mods because we had this one back at Apex back in the days as a rental car. And for me, it was the most favorite car to instruct in, also to go out, because it's really light and you have enough horsepower, and especially when you have a couple of additional mods, not even speaking about the wing or a big diffuser, it could be quite interesting. So thank you very much for inviting me over and for coming all the way from Slovakia here. Yeah, tell us more about your car. Well, what's done to it aside from the aero components that we can see?
The brakes are the biggest mod.
Okay.
That is on the car.
Nice, big brake kit from Porsche. It's working well with the master cylinder.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it wouldn't, but it's very good.
Good. Yeah,
the
yeah.
brake pedal is soft at the beginning, but then it grabs on.
Okay.
Soft.
Yeah, then we have also bucket seats. It's also DSG version. Power-wise, have you done anything to it?
No.
No.
The
So
power is
it's
stock.
200, or is it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Around 200.
around 200 horsepower. From
the exhaust has been a little bit modified.
Is suspension done as well?
The rear suspension
Well,
modified.
the shocks.
The front shocks are stock,
Okay.
but the camber is negative 2.2 degrees.
Okay, 2.2. We're on Hankook Ventus tires. Bit of traces of understeer here and there.
You will see a little bit of DIY here.
Okay.
under the hood.
As long as it's done with love, it's not a problem.
It's like
Huh?
fully homemade.
Oh, nice. Oh, if it works, it works. Cool. Yeah, so air intake, and that's kind of it. Nice. Yeah, you have also a couple of like 3D printed goodies. I think pedal shifts.
It's also on the outside. This is 3D printed.
Okay. Nice.
Also, these.
Some extra air
And
elements.
also the whole diffuser.
Oh,
in the
really?
rear is 3D printed.
Oh, nice. Very cool. Oh, awesome. Also weight reduction and a little reinforcement bar on the back. So let's see if it helps. So yeah, anything else worth mentioning?
That's all.
That's all. So let's go have a
I
lap.
hope you like it.
I hope so too. All right. As you can see, I forgot my lap ticket again. It went somewhere. Not in my pocket. Anyway, we are in the Polo DSG. The fun thing is, the manual version of this car has a lot more torque than the DSG. And you can really noticeably feel it. I think it's like 40 or 60 or maybe even 80 more Newton meters. Ioniq 5N taxi coming through. So let's see if I still remember and appreciate the Polo. I really like them. Like 200 horsepower, not much more is needed in life. Oh, the handling is so good. Braking as well, because it's such a light car. With the big calipers on the front. So I need to get used to indeed the fact that at the beginning there's almost no feedback on the brake pedal, and then it goes. I'm not sure if you can see, but when I go on the brakes, my steering wheel is more to the right because the car somehow, for some reason, is steering to the left side, so I need to counter steer. So something is a bit off with the alignment. Much faster. We got RS behind us coming through, so indicate it to the right, let it pass. Always look ahead, not in your mirror, because otherwise you'll end up going off the track. Yeah, he's moving away on power. Not much more we can do. But also an overall L setup, because you can hear those Hankooks are struggling for grip. Not the best of tire, but as long as we keep that in mind, everything else becomes quite nice. Yeah, we had our first section, Hudson-Bach. The track section is known for lots of twisties, bends, where you can see how well the car's handling is set up for low speed corners, lots of immediate direction change high-speed section. And with this car, it's not going to be anything exciting. It's barely, we're going over 200 kilometers per hour. Up. Yeah, you can see that the car over the crest, the steering moved slightly, and the car moved. So the alignment is not that ideal. Whoa, whoa. And this is what the owner and me meant with the fact that the big brake kit is, although it delivers better performance, and of course it will most likely not overheat, but the modularity of it is horrible, because when you press it a bit, nothing is happening, and then all of a sudden a lot of it is happening, and this can make you understeer, or well, not really lock up the wheels because you're with ABS, but doesn't allow you for lots of power, for lots of modularity. But you can do lots of lift-off oversteer, as you can see. The entry to out-and-out force was maybe not the best, but combination with those tires, it's made it for quite a spectacular entry. Yeah, going into Mansfield. Tap the curb slightly there. Unnecessary. Yeah, I would, first of all, I would buckle myself up a bit more. Car does downshift on kick down. That's a nice feature. So the problem with those tires is that the front end isn't really moving the way you want it because it understeers, and then you end up lift-off oversteering, so the back end will step out, but the front end does as well while the whole car is sliding. So it's not the best track tire. Keep moving over. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. But he's probably going to catch up with us here on the high-speed section, but who knows. I'm also not pressing the brake pedal too much because I don't want to like overload the brakes that they almost gonna lock up, so to say, what they were doing earlier. So just gently riding them whenever I need to go on the brake. But otherwise, probably by now, I don't know the price level of those cars, because of course they're getting older, so should be more affordable than they were in the past. If they are between 10 to 15,000, I think this could be a very good beginner's track car, because the support for them is quite okay in terms of platform. You can do a lot with the engine and stuff, but the weakest link on these cars are always the brakes. You have also the fixed rear axle, so it's not as compliant, or the handling feedback of the chassis is maybe not as good as its bigger brother like the Golf GTI or a Megane RS, like bigger cars that have independent multi-link suspension on the rear. But it's still quite good, because you can really in a safe way learn the vehicle dynamics. So the steering wheel is being pulled maximum to the right, so it's kind of interesting. I think the dash cam just mentioned that there is impact detected. It wasn't. Let's keep it that way. Maya. I think this is the part where I will be a bit more quiet and just start focusing on drive. So conclusion, oil was pushing towards 130, so I was keeping an eye on that. That's one of the weakest links. I guess it doesn't have a oil cooler. The weakest link of this particular car were the tires, because you could see like even flat car in other sections. I mean, when you know what you're doing, it can be fun that you all of a sudden have an all-wheel slide with a front-wheel driven car, which shouldn't be the case. Definitely not on such a low-powered car, 200 horsepower, where you like do not really send it too much, so it shouldn't be the case. Therefore, you know, tires. Brakes, as mentioned at the beginning of the lap, they were good, but it's a continuous thing. I want to like emphasize to all the I would almost say Volkswagen owners, because so far I've seen lots of Volkswagens putting Porsche brakes on. It may seem like a good move because massive caliper, all of a sudden you have that is gonna deliver all the stopping power. Yes, it delivers more braking force than the stock one, but the stock master cylinder cannot modulate the pressure well, and combined with the ABS system is just not working. On track it becomes a mess. Your pedal sometimes is falling through. Your brakes might also lock up because the ABS system doesn't know what's happening. So I highly recommend do not put massively oversized Porsche brakes on your Volkswagens or any other cars. I mean, we've seen examples where it does work, like we drove the Atomic Golf 8R, where the stock brake system was replaced by Macan, and there it was fine because then the brake caliper is just slightly bigger and more efficient. But when you put massive thing on, it's then just it can cause more harm than good. If you're a stance boy and you want to just like park up your car at the show and shine meet and show off that you have the biggest of them all, sure. On track, we have this car. I drove last year a Golf 5R. This year I also drove a Volkswagen Caddy. That video has been members only for a long time. I haven't posted it yet, so it might go up, or maybe it has been posted, I don't even remember. And all of these cars that had like a massively oversized Cayenne brake doesn't work, so don't do that. That's something that I would like to give to all the people. Just get something bigger, but not excessively big, or get like a proper big brake kit aftermarket, like AP Racing or PFC, you name it. That's gonna do you much more better. You're gonna retain your brake modularity, and everything else is gonna work. Right, we're back. Oh, there's some green shitbox parked like in front of the entrance. I guess we're doing a lap with that next. So, love you, Vika. So yeah, ready. Thanks for watching. On to the next lap.